G'day, this is Captain Noob, and this is the Accuracy International AS50 Anti-Materiel rifle firing the big 50 BMGs. So when I was doing the video on the M82A2, people mentioned that they liked the AS50. I did remember that this one was actually in the Modern Firearms mod, so I've installed this once again to look at this weapon. It's got a whole lot of customization to it in terms of the optics, but not really that much for anything else. And as you can tell, we've got heaps of power right off the bat, even though we haven't really done anything to this yet, which is pretty good. Now, you can't do anything with the frame there, so we'll move on from that. We can change the barrel to an elite one, which will, I guess it'll make it do more damage because the bullets will fly faster out of it. I'm not really sure what the justification is to that. We can double the mag capacity to 10, which is nice. And for the scope, I want to go for a sniper on this, a nice big old sniper scope. 16 is a little bit overkill, but that actually adds a little magnification attachment point for it. We'll go for some 8 times magnification. I usually go 4 times, that's equivalent to the short scopes, but I want to extend the range a little bit further out on this thing. Now, for the muzzle, you can put a suppressor on it if you feel like it. That's getting us close to 1k damage, which is great. I think in terms of stats, this one is actually the best because the other suppressors... actually, no, that one's actually the lightest. There you go. Little tiny suppressor on the front. Yeah, it's a lot of gas it needs to stop, so I'm not sure how that's going to hold up, but it's Fallout 4. We should be fine. Now, we can change the ammo types onto this. We'll go for some armor piercing. Sure, why not? And yeah, we can take the bipod and fold it up. If you do fold it up, however, you get, whilst you do get less scope sway, it actually knackers your movement whilst aiming down the scope, so I don't really actually want that on. Plus, I think it's fine as it is, nice and folded up. The legendary effect is there if we need it. I don't think we will. At almost 1k damage, I think we'll be doing just fine with this thing. So let's take it to the outside of Gunner's Plaza so we can actually use this as a sniper. Righto, so here we are outside of Immersive Gunner's Plaza, and this is our AS50 in first person. It uses the basic animations that you'd find for many of the other weapons from the Scar H mod, if you've ever used that, just basically the same thing as that. But it works for what it does, so no complaints there. So what we're going to do is we're going to perch up a little ways away from the combat, and we're going to take out these blood bugs first off. Yep, 2,000 damage on him. Nothing to say about that. And the good thing about running modern firearms with these gunners is that they'll actually all wear these white caps, which makes them exceptionally easy to see. There's that reload animation. They're coming in a little bit closer now. That is a blood bug there. We'll just take him out of bats because he's a little bit of a hard target to hit. And that one's getting a little bit too close, so we'll take her out before she can see us. A lot of these guys are content to sit where they are taking pot shots at me because they don't know where I am. So it's a good idea just to... Oh, okay, now we are definitely in combat now. And we ought to back off a little bit because these guys are going to hit hard. Maybe I should have put on some ballistic weave under this particular Volt suit before I did this, but nah, it's only going to add to the tension of the combat, right? You don't want to see me popping stim packs every time I get too damaged and completely ruining the... Ooh, I got staggered there through a scope. Okay, backing off a bit, we've lost half of our health, which is a little bit of a shame, but that's okay. We can slip back into caution. Through the rain, they can't really see all that much. Man, a bit of jet would be good right now. I like how the health bars on top of them makes them super easy to see as well. That's actually kind of useful, if not a little bit cheaty. Interestingly, didn't get a sneak attack crit there, and I don't want to be backed into super mutants all that much. I actually think they aggroed that ghoul over there, and that actually made them non-aggroed in general. Because when they do see an enemy, they go into a state of detection where they are immune to sneak attack criticals. So usually when a hostile NPC gets in the area, namely those blood bugs that I usually complain about, that's when they are immune to my sneak attack criticals, which cuts my damage not even in half, but like in a quarter of what it can be with the sneak attack crits running. That one's got a particularly heavy weapon, so she's a pretty likely target there. And yes, despite this being a semi-auto anti-materiel rifle, sorry, which you suspect it to have a lot of recoil, you can actually shoot this thing pretty quickly. If I just empty the mag here, and I'll give you the demonstration of how fast this thing can shoot. I don't know about that game. I think that's a little bit unrealistic, but that's okay. If we get in nice and close, we can actually just mag dump our enemies, which sounds kind of strange for an anti-material rifle to do that, but yeah, it's a possibility. That one's using Dragon's Breath shotgun shells, which is scary. That's another one of those miniguns of the explosive variety. They might be the 20mm guns or those 20mm miniguns, which they can just carry around. Finally got that one. It's nice having the sniper perks and be able to hold your breath for this long. I'm just noticing how little that takes up of the action points, so we can keep our aim steady for ages, which is nice. They're just gonna duck and weave through these trees, which is okay as long as we can get good hitboxes on them. And oh, we've actually taken a few shots there from being in caution, a bit of blind fire, which is not great. But what we can do here is we can probably just get these guys with a little bit of gun vu or a little bit of VATS, because we can get 95% accuracy all the way from out here, which is insane. I don't even think the Gauss rifle with a super long scope can even pull that off, so there you go. Although modern firearms does make combat more harder for you by virtue of enemies doing more damage, you can definitely balance it out by making your own weapons a little bit more powerful. Kind of interesting. I kind of like the design direction because tanky enemies are just not that fun to fight. I'd rather face a whole lot of smaller, weaker enemies that would do a lot more damage to you than the big tanky bastards that you'd find in Fallout 4, which is strange because I've played this game for so bloody long and really haven't done anything to change that now, have I? Okay, looks like we've only got the 3 left in that room there, so what a good time to show you what this thing can do when mag dumping, eh? All we need to do is open that thing up and we'll watch the fireworks. This is where easy lockpicking comes in handy.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a nasty shotgun shot. Ah yes, enemies do like to stagger you a lot in this thing, so yeah, that's a thing that they do to make the weapons more powerful. Probably should have put on some pneumatic armor instead of the ultralight stuff that I usually wear, but I like my AP too much. Okay, so that was the AS50 outside of Immersive Gunners Plaza. We won't go inside because we've got some more sniping to do, don't we? Or we could go inside and use a smaller scope, but I think you get the idea. We'll move on to something else. Okay, time to fight the bear that we haven't quite figured out a name from. I think I heard someone, I read a comment and I really liked the name, but I forget it now, so obviously it wasn't memorable enough. So yeah, up your game and give me a better name this time, won't you? Okay, let's see how this thing does with a little bit of VATS crit spammery. I'm pretty sure we'll be doing just fine there. 3,300 damage, a good start on old mate bear there. There we go, we're followed up with 3,800, which is nice. And if that bear would like to run in front of his mate and get a collateral there, in fact, if you could all line up and do that, that would be pretty good. Don't think I got it though. We'll just quickly start backing off and one-shotting these bears because we've got the best AS50 ever. Hell yeah. Now, this is British, so I guess it's kind of like Britain's answer to the M82 Barrett. I don't know. For some reason I thought it was German, but no, I was wrong. This is one of those British weapons that you better have a license for, mate. Another 3,800 critical on him, and another. He should be dead very, very quickly. Have I ever killed this bear without him detecting me before? If so, this would be a first, I think. So we can ragdoll him pretty much every shot because we're hitting him with such large bullets, looks like. So yeah, he's gonna be completely just stuck. He can't even move, which is, yeah, crazy overpowered. You could probably do that as a level 1 character, but yeah, getting your hands on an AS50 at that level is a different story. But there you go. That's absolutely slaughtered all of the bears very, very easily like that. Also, there's a bit of a train wheel thingy here. Nice. Okay. I think that is about enough of the bears today. We've seen that the AS50 can make very, very short work of them. We'll move on to one more thing. I was going to fight the ghouls, but then these gunners decided to show up and attack my settlement. So yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of all of these guys. They like to blow up my turrets very quickly, so that kind of sucks. And now they're all invisible. Okay, not now. Let's get some gun through action happening here. Oh god, these turrets are going to completely block all of my VAT shots, aren't they? No VATs, I don't want to target those dead things. They should be marked as dead. It looks like I don't think I can get better than that anyway, so we'll just take them out like that. Some of them are actually getting their stealth boys back on, but nope. Ooh. Had to thread the needle there, Winter. I think we're done. Almost done. Hang on, there's a bloke down here. There we go. We got him through the stealth boy. Okay, what I really wanted to do is, I was gonna make a joke how Winter gave, Rain got Winter's jet, and now she's going to use it against this ghoul. So, stand by. Okay, now I've got the jet, and let's go ahead and try to take this dude out nice and quick there. The recoil is a little bit strange because the animation is also in slow motion, so it's kind of hard to get those follow-up shots. But what you can probably do is get up nice and close to them, like so, and then just hip fire them like this. Okay, still in caution. It's a good sign. There we go. Getting some pretty decent hip fire out of an anti-material rifle, if I don't say so myself. Good old steady hands perk, putting in work, and completely, I just can continually ragdoll him. Like the sniper effect happens every time you shoot this weapon, which is, it's disgustingly overpowered, but you know what? We'll make an exception there for a weapon firing 50 BMGs, even though Bethesda won't. Bethesda says 50 BMGs are only a tiny bit bigger than 308s and can only do a little bit more damage than that. But I say bullshit to that. I've got the gun nut perk, Todd Howard doesn't. Okay, that is about it for the Accuracy International AS50 AMR, and yeah, that's part of the Modern Firearms mod. So if you'd like to see this thing in your game, be prepared for NPCs to have very, very powerful guns on them, because yeah, that's just how this mod works. And you'll also grab another, I don't know, heaps, there's just heaps, maybe in excess of 20 extra guns for you to play with too. So yeah, there's a lot of variety in the Modern Firearms weapon packs there, so that keeps it nice and fresh. You can go through a whole playthrough of just using these things, and I don't think you'll have any boredom with the weapons in the game. Also, this bloatfly does not give a shit. There we go. Okay, that is enough of this thing. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching, guys. Maybe I won't see you tomorrow, who knows. Oh yeah, here's what this thing sounds like whilst firing unsuppressed.